All right, so hello, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Nimpha Pawaon together with Miss Cloie Elegio, the Group D, and today we are going to discuss the Code of Ethics for Professional Teachers, or also known as the Philippine Teachers Professionalization Act of 1994. So, to be able to understand better, I will elaborate each section under the Article 3, the teachers and the community. Next slide, please. All right. And now, the section one states that a teacher is a facilitator of learning and of the development of youth. He shall therefore render the best service by providing an environment conducive to such learning and growth. So, in this particular section, we will tell about the role of a teacher as a facilitator of learning. So, I would like to highlight the term facilitator. So, you as a teacher, you are expected to make learning easier. Okay, so easier as possible. So here, teacher will simplify complex theories and explanation, and so that the students will be able to concretize abstract ideas. So because if you teach students abstract ideas and not teaching them the application of the concept, and they will not be able to understand it. So therefore, kita nga mga teachers pohon, um, we are not effective teacher if your student will fail to understand the concept. Okay, means you are not helping them to understand the lesson. Okay, let us remember that walay lisod na subject, but there is some teacher that are difficult to understand their way how they teach. Okay, walay boring nga subject, but there are boring teachers. Okay, I'm not attacking anyone or any teacher. Instead, um, let's remember that kani mahitabo ni sa ato as a future educator. Okay, so we will make sure that we must develop this facilitating skills so the students will learn the best way as possible. Okay, dili pwede nga mag-set ka sa imuhang standard. Okay, so if nakita nimo nga nagkalisod na ang mga bata, um, ayaw sila nga ikalipay nga majority sa imong mga students na nga bagsak. It is a big no-no. So it means na there is something wrong to you, okay? So if your student fail, so do you. Okay, kung mga bagsak sa ang mga students, so naa ang problema sa imuha. Your role as a teacher or a facilitator is to make them understand, because if they pass, that means nga you facilitate the learning very well. Okay, so another thing I wanna highlight, or I wanna focus, of course. So kita nga mga teacher pohon, we should make the classroom conducive to learning. So lami paminawon kung ang learning environment as well ventilated, presko, dili ngit-ngit, dili saba, o ganang organize ang mga learning materials. Okay, wala nagkagubot, di ba? Then the psychological climate is a lot better, and walay bullying, everyone is accepted and respected, and the competition is healthy. So the students will learn best diri siya na if there is a conducive classroom learning. Okay, so and okay, next slide please. I hello, sorry if dili kayo siya maklaro ha. Okay, so section 2, the teacher leadership and initiative for community participation. So, diri leadership and initiative of the professional teachers to participate the community movements for moral, social, economic, and civic betterment of the community. So in this section, we will tell us that the teacher and the teachers community, the teachers community participation, meaning you are the part of the community. Then you have to live harmoniously with the people nga naa sa community. So kung naay mga programs sa community, then you have to join and participate. Kay you are the you as the teacher, then you are considered to be one of the intellectual leader of the community. Then it is considered also to offer your help for kanang betterment of the certain community. Like for example, na mga programs, na mga activities, dili malikayan nga tawagon ka para mag-host, mag-judge, ikaw magiging speaker sa mga programs, pag naapoy mga problema sa mga students, you will be the nurse or you will be the doctor, ana god. Kumbaga, um, kumbaga all around ang imong role as a teacher dere you are not just a teacher by your profession but you are takbuhan ng bayan, okay, you are mura kang ina ng bayan pod. So your participation in the community prove that it is the most responsible and important members of the society because your professional efforts maapektuhan ang mobility of your community. Okay, next slide please. Okay, so okay. So in Article 3, Section 3, professional teachers with honor and dignity. So every teacher shall merit the reasonable social recognition for which purpose he shall behave with honor and dignity at all times and refrain from such activities like gambling, smoking, drunkenness, and other excess, much illicit relations. So when you become a teacher or when we become a teacher, we are considered to be good model of the good behavior. Okay, unsaon nimo ipatupad ang good behavior if kita atoong kaugalingon we are engaging into such activities like gambling, di ba? Smoking, palahubog ta, tanan nga mga excessiveness, di ba? So, ang tanong kay ingon man dire nga we are not we should not be kanang into such gambling, smoking, drunkenness. Ang tanong dito, ah, bawal bawal na ba ta mo inom as mga teachers? Pwede ang sagot, pwede. Occasionally, di ba? Pwede po ta mo inom. Basta lang nga dili ta magpakita sa atong mga estudyante or dili ta makipag-inom sa atong estudyante. Okay, so ang another question kung okay lang pud ba nga kanang gamble or kanang unsay tawag ana sa Bisaya, like magtungits or baraha ba ang mga teacher? For me, it is okay. Ngano, ngano man, as long as dili makaapekto sa imuhang trabaho, dili pod kanang like for example, nagtungits mo sa imong family kay lingaw-lingaw ra inside sa inyong panimalay, okay? So basta lang dili ka magtungits or mag-gamble anywhere anytime pod. Kay dili na pod na maayo kay kung makitan ka sa mga estudyante, di ba? Unsay maingon sa imuha. Then how about smoking? Okay, of course dili ta maka-judge sa isa ka tawo nga, "Huy ayaw pag-smoke ang ana." Kung nag-smoke jud siya, then nag-smoke jud siya. The important thing lang diri nga is ayaw pataka pod og pabutbut sa imuhang ang simod bisag asa sa school ba or nga kanang atubang sa mga students, bisag asa bisag inside or outside sa school nga mapansin or makita ka sa mga estudyante. You have to remember nga at all times you are dignified, you are honorable, you are worthy to be considered as a role model sa imuhang mga students. Kay ang mga students, they are looking up to you, manggod. They will see you doing such thing like bisag asa ka nakita nga naghubog-hubog, nanigarilyo, kanang you are doing bad behavior, then the students they will might imitate what you're doing. Okay? And to add pod, if you are going to remind your students nga do not engage into such activities like gambling, smoking og pag-inom-inom, kung ikaw kaugalingon nimo nag-inom-inom ka like what I said nga nakit-an ka bisag asa, then it will affect to your kuan pod sa imong kanang dignity as a teacher, di ba? Although maraming challenges talaga ang teacher, kumbaga you are the apple of the student's eye, you are the apple of the society's eye, nga kung unsay makita sa imuha, pwede ibato sa imuha balik, okay? We should be a good role model sa ato ang estudyante or sa ato ang community. Okay, next slide please. Okay, in Article 3, Section 4, the teacher's attitude towards local customs and tradition expect that every teacher thou shall live for and with the community, and shall therefore study and understand local customs and traditions in order to have sympathetic attitude, therefore refrain from disparaging the community. So in this section, the teacher should respect and honor the students regardless kung unsa ang ilang culture. Okay? So they has to be appreciated and to be respected. So kung teacher ka, and then you don't have a right, kay teacher ka, you don't have a right to disparage your community, disparage the community's costume or ilang tradition, di ba? Ayaw una nga your costume is superior kay teacher ka. Kay nagpuyo ka ay ikaw Bisaya, then sila Manubo, or unsa sila nga Manubo ba or Mandaya, or unsa sila ang ilahang kuan kanang locality sila, then we should not be, kitang mga teacher pohon, future educator, we should not be ethnocentric or nor xenocentric, okay? Dapat all customs have equal footing. Pasabot ana nga dili ka mo labaw kay ikaw tan-aw nimo nga labaw ka, then dili pud nimo ipakita nga naa kay ginadown nga mga tradition or unsay tradition sa community. Ang key lang diri nga let's respect different tradition and custom, okay? Tungod kay ang community man god, mobati sila kalipay if the teacher nga naa sila ha nga mag-exert og extra effort to understand, makisalamuha o kung unsa ilahang local tradition. Okay, next slide please. Okay, number 5. And Article 5 states that, Article 3, Section 5 states that every teacher shall help the school keep the people in the community and inform about the school's schoolwork and accomplishment as well as needs and problems. Okay, connected siya sa Section 6. Next slide please daw. Okay, connected siya actually sa ang article ay ang section 5 and 6. So ang 6 is every teacher is intellectual leader in the community, especially in barangay, and shall welcome the opportunity to provide such leadership when needed, to extend counseling services as appropriate, and to actively be involved in matters affecting the welfare of the people. Okay, so as a part of the community, the stakeholders of the school must be informed and has the right to be aware in the activities, accomplishment, needs, and problems of the institution. Example din unsay may example nato like brigada. Okay, so brigada eskwela. So the teacher will ask the parents of the students nga at least to help the school in cleaning like the area, magtinibangay pagguna, pagputol sa mga puno nga kanang makahatag og danger sa students ug uban pa. So it is a part of community relation pod sa imuha sa mga estudyante o sa community. So if you're a teacher, you need to do the right thing. You need to know the community. You need to know the which community you are into, and you will know the internal and the external stakeholders like mga LGU, barangay, like that, para if kanang nakay you will need help for them, then parehas pod sila makapangay pog tabang sa imuha in terms of sa mga activities in the community. Magtinabangay lang, okay, paikot lang, it's the same way around lang ang tinabangay dira. So it is therefore nga you need to know the internal and external stakeholder sa community. Okay, next slide please. Okay, so it is therefore pod na atay mga PTA or parents and teachers association wherein they keep the parents informed nga about the school works, what is coming up, and any issues that teachers have come across. So ang PTA helps the schools to improve and ensures kung unsa ang mga voices sa mga parents nga need to be heard in a win-win situation. Okay, next slide please. All right, so the school governing. So another one is the SGC or School Governing Council. So this is a different membership and function. So this organization determines the general policies on the students' welfare, discipline, well-being, and it is concerned with the development and implementation, the monitoring and the evaluation of the school implementation plan or SIP, and the reporting here of the progress of the SIP implemented to the school division, kanang superintendent, to the community, and it is also an opportunity for the communities to participate in these school activities, which is the school governing council. Next slide, please. Okay, number 7. So, in this article, it states that every teacher shall maintain harmonious and pleasant personal and official relations with other professionals, with the government officials, and with the people, individual or collectively. So, diri mosulod ang interpersonal skill nato. So, that is our ability to build harmonious relationship or a pleasant personal relationship with other professional people in the society or the other government officials. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, so in this section, it states that a teacher possesses freedom to attend church and worship as appropriate, but shall not use his position and influence to proselyte others. So meaning, kita nga mga teacher pohon or ang mga teacher, natay freedom to choose kung unsa ang religion nga ato ang gusto. Adtuan or unsa ang ato ang gusto simbahan. Okay? Diri, nobody will control sa atoa, okay? Nga, for example, you are in the particular kuan, naka-apply ka sa isa ka kanang particular school nga under ing anak nga religion, okay? Dili pwede nga kanang magbuot sila kung kay diha ka nakatrabaho, magbuot sila nga kani dapat ang religion nga imuhang simbahan. Since you are working in this school and this school is under this particular religion, you must be with this religion. So dili na pwede, okay? Same pud sa mga students, okay? You as a teacher or we as the future teacher, we are not allowed to dedicate or proselyte your students or people in your locality, like very unprofessional po sa mga teacher kung gamiton nato ang atong position to influence atong students, di ba? Meaning diha nga wala tay karapatan nga pugso na to atong estudyante or i-ask na to nga okay si kinsa diha ang gusto magiging part sa amo ang religious organization. So gina-invite nimo sila. So dili jud ta basta-basta nga mag-invite nga okay class mag-convert mo diri nga particular religion, like for example Catholic. Okay. So sige derita pagsimba mo unya ha, okay? Pagsimba mo kung kinsay mo simba diri, kung kinsay mag-convert diri, then I will kuan kanang ma-exempted mo sa final exam. Okay? It's a big no-no. So if kanang natay right to choose kung unsa ato ang religion, therefore ang student pod same. Okay? They have a right pod mag-choose kung unsa ilang religion. Okay? Wala tay karapatan nga mag-insist nga kani ang dapat sa imuha kay mauni ang ako ang gusto. Okay? Nasabtan man siguro nato, no? Or nasabtan jud. Okay? So I think these are the different mandates of the Code of Ethics for the professional teachers under the Article 3, Section 1 to 8, that the teacher must be active as a leader in the community and must be involved when it comes to matter affecting the welfare of the people in the community. So, and that's all. I hope you learned something about my discussion. Thank you, and thank you for listening. Okay.
Hello, good afternoon. So, for my report, I will be discussing about the Article 2 of the Code of Ethics for professional teachers, which is the teacher and the state. So for section 1, the schools are the nurseries of the future citizens of the state. Each teacher is a trustee of the cultural and educational heritage of the nation and is under obligation to transmit to learners such heritage as well as to elevate national morality, promote national pride, cultivate love of country, instill allegiance to the Constitution and for all duly constituted authorities, and promote obedience to the laws of the state. So as teachers in schools, they are the nurseries of the state. So they must showcase um, the cultural and educational heritage of our country. They shall promote patriotism to the students and must teach the students the importance of obedience to the law of the state. Schools are a place for students to learn, while teachers are those who facilitate, teach, and help students with their learning. In the future, these students will be the one who would function in the society. So the phrase, ang kabataan ay ang pag-asa ng bayan, that is actually really true. So therefore, as teachers in the future, or teachers, and sa mga schools pod, they must do their part to help nurture the students to be a responsible and good citizens of the country. So in section 2, every teacher or school official shall actively help carry out the declared policies of the state and shall take an oath to this effect. So teachers and schools must be law-abiding citizens of the state. They must be role models to the students, and they must use like their position or their influence to show the students that it is important to um, to be a law-abiding citizen of the country. So for section 3, in the interest of the state and of the Filipino people, as much as of his own, every teacher shall be physically, mentally, and morally fit. So being a teacher is not easy. It requires a lot of work, and it is vital that teachers should be physically, mentally, and morally fit. It is very important because as teachers or as future teachers must be in good shape and to be fit, to be effective in teaching to our students or to the students that we're going to have in the future. Section 4, every teacher shall possess and actualize a full commitment and devotion to duty. So being a teacher, it's not just it's not a joke. So as a teacher, you really must be committed and be devoted to your duty because that is one way for you to really be an effective teacher. If you love to be a teacher, if you like what you're doing, then it will follow. So for section 5, a teacher shall not engage in the promotion of any political, religious, or other partisan interest, and shall not directly or indirectly solicit, require, collect, or receive any money or service or other valuable material from any person or entity for such purposes. So we are role models, right? Um, as the future teacher, we're going to be role models, and for teachers, um, they're role models, and their position is uh, very influential to students as they are, what I said, role models. So with that, they should be professional when it comes to um, these like political, religious, and um, other things. They should be not biased. They are not allowed to promote any of those. So for example, if you're a teacher and you want this particular person to win in the election, you can um, you can't uh, tell your students to vote for him, or yeah, you vote for this person. If this person will win, I will give you 5 points in an exam, or like that. Or also in religion, every teacher should respect the diversity of the students. So if, for example, this certain teacher, or if you're a teacher na Christian ka, and then you have a um, Muslim na student, you have to respect na Muslim siya and ikaw Christian. You have to stay away from that pagiging bias nimo sa imong religion. So also, as a law-abiding citizen also of the country, bawal man jud nang mag-receive ka or collect money from, or like valuable materials from purposes of political vote buying and the other stuff like that. So next, section 6. Every teacher shall vote and shall exercise all other constitutional rights and responsibility. So for you, as a responsible citizen of the country, teachers should exercise constitutional rights. So they shall vote, although it dili man jud siya kanang pugson jud, if dili ka gusto mag-vote, but of course as teacher pod and a role model to your students, um, as much as possible you would, it's better that you really exercise constitutional rights and responsibility. For section 7, a teacher shall not use his position or visual authority or influence to force any other person to follow any political course of action. So it's similar to the other sections, like section 5, I think. Um, as a teacher, dili ka pwede na um, you use your authority as a teacher to influence your students to vote, or yeah, to vote this political um, aspiring political leader. So dapat dili ka bias, and as much as possible you really stay out of that um, topic. So section 8. Every teacher shall enjoy academic freedom and shall have privilege of expounding the product of his researches and investigations, provided that, if the results are inimical to the declared policies of the state, they shall be brought to the proper authorities for appropriate remedial action. So as a teacher, naman jud tay or in the future, we have something that more blueprint on how we teach our students. So, although not a blueprint, not a goals and mga plans like that, we still have the academic freedom to expound, but make sure po that if you expound, it's not to the point that um, it's not right anymore. Like it's out of the topic and it's not really essential or necessary to um, the topic or subject. So if ever that um, the results are inimical to the required policies of the state, so what will happen? Um, it shall be brought to the proper authorities for appropriate remedial action. So that's it, and thank you so much for listening.